Alright, so welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be reviewing a French comic turned English film, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets.
Welcome to Alpha, the city of 1,000 planets. After centuries of peace and prosperity, an unknown force wants to destroy all we have created. We need the two of you to be the guardians of our future.
Oh my fucking god, it was good. I mean, I'm reading all these reviews on Rotten Tomatoes and everything, but I don't care. Cause I was sitting in there and I was taken to a whole nother world. Yes, it was just like the feelings you got when you watch Star Trek or Avatar. But nonetheless, it was done so good. And honestly, I'd rather they spend more time on the City of a Thousand Planets than Valerian, to be quite frank. Because Valerian was okay, but the graphics, the world they built is what held the story together. It's the only thing that kept me in the theaters, really. So Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets is actually based off a French comic called Valerian and Laureline, the two main actors in the film. And there is rumor that these comics actually inspired some of the work in the Star Wars series, but that's a whole other controversy that I did not want to get into today. The film was written, directed, and co-produced by Luc Besson. Mind my French accent, I don't really have one. And it is known to be the highest budget for an independent film at $209 million. That's almost as much as the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 budget. And this guy did this with no big name supports like Marvel or Disney. And this guy made his lifelong dream a reality by using business sense and creativity, and I give him props for that. So I definitely recommend going and reading the story on Google or somewhere. So Luc Besson is known for writing films such as Taken 2, Transporter 2, The Fifth Element, and many more other sci-fi films in the same genre as this film. So it doesn't surprise me when I get into the film and see what I saw. But the issue for me was that this film looked so similar to so many other films that came before it. But the question I keep asking myself is, this is based off a story from the 60s, but it's just a film made now versus all these other films that are based off stories that came way after Valerian and Laureline. So the issue becomes, is it a matter of what became first, or what was the better quality, or what was the first real sci-fi story? So last night after I watched the film, I came home and read all the Rotten Tomato reviews, the critic reviews, just to see what the general consensus of the film was, because I like to compare. And I gotta say, I wasn't really impressed. I mean, Rotten Tomato was at 58%, which I think was just a little too low. The story, yeah, it wasn't the greatest. It wasn't this out-of-this-world, awesome, new thing we've never heard before. But this story was created way before Avatar and Star Wars, but we only got to see it way after that. And so after seeing all the characters in Avatar, the graphics, the stories, and also the fandom of all those build-up you have from all those other films, it's really hard to compete in this film with that kind of a story. And so I think the approach Luc Besson took was to focus on the graphics, to build this world and take you into this world, which was the favorite part for me for the film. I mean, I watched it in the theaters and I was just blown away by just the graphics, the different worlds they took you into, the details they put into the different species of characters they introduced. But yes, I have to agree with all the critics on things like the acting wasn't, the greatest, the character development wasn't the greatest, and the story, okay, the story, I liked it, because, I mean, I'm a sci-fi fan, and I love watching films that are, the run-of-the-mill sci-fi film, and this film, to me, was, if you took the struggles of Avatar and put it into the world of Star Trek, you get Valerian in the City of a Thousand Planets. So don't be a film douchebag and go watch this film that's not as good as Wonder Woman, but good enough. So that's it for my review. I know it wasn't too detailed because I didn't want to ruin it for you guys, but I really hope you liked it, and feel free to comment on what you thought, and thanks for watching. Oh, and I totally forgot about Rihanna.